for your church, and we'll get more information on that. The second hat that I have is I'm back leading the Bible college. And like I said, I was the Bible college principal when your pastor went through the Bible college. And now my wife and I and our daughter-in-law, who married my 6'4" oldest son, and they have 5 kids, which is big for Canadians. And we have a Bible college, and it's going really, really good. And we challenge everybody that's in school. This is what we say. Why don't you consider finishing your school and then giving 8 months. Everybody say 8 months. 8 months. Just 8 months to be able to get closer to Jesus. Boom. That says give 1 year, but it's really 8 months, September through April. Give 8 months of your life to get founded in Jesus. The next slide says so that you can build a stronger foundation and serve, get to know Jesus better. And a lot of people think, well, I'm just going to go to university after grade 12. And I want to encourage you, we've got this book that's got some statistics that young people that have grown up in Christian homes, when they go to university in North America, 65% of them stop believing in Jesus and stop serving God. It's absolutely terrible when they just face the university where there's the woke movement and humanism and professors that can laugh at you if you're a Christian. And we encourage people, no matter what you think, maybe you don't even know yet what you want to do with your future. But why not give 8 months of your life, get closer to Jesus, get to know the Bible better, and have a good foundation of your life. And we're building, we're open for 30 students to come this fall in September, and there's lots of people that get an interest. And as I'm talking to them, there's a real interest, if you can put up the next slide, of going on an international trip. And I love taking people. People can come with me to Rwanda. They can come with me to the Dream Center where we have 74 of these babies that are rescued. And also there's other countries in Africa that we go to, Malawi and Mozambique and Burundi and Uganda and Zambia and Tanzania, also India. Also we have churches in Turkey. And one of the students that's coming to us, they said, Brian, I grew up in Red Deer all my life. I've been in our church ever since I was a baby. I've been in home church. I want to just go do something. So I'd love to come to our Bible college, but I just want to go do something. So they were looking at a Bible school in Hawaii. That's kind of hard to compete. You get 40 below in Alberta. You'd be down in Hawaii. And so I preached in Hawaii. And I have a friend in Hawaii that went with me to Africa. And we were doing 14 signs and wonders. We saw blind eyes healed and the power of God come. We did 14 meetings. And so I called him up and I said, I'm leading the Bible school now again. Would you consider if we brought some students to Hawaii? And he goes, absolutely. So we're working on that possibility to have some international travel opportunities that might interest you if you want to go to Bible college sometime. I've got a couple friends here I want to interview tonight. 2 people that have been to our Bible college, right from your church. Melody, I call her Melody with an I, and Asay. Give them a hand as they come up here today. If you can put on the next slide, please, Isaac. And we have a Bible school promotion right now. We just had a conference in Red Deer where there was about 800 young people. And this is a QR code. Everybody want to know what a QR code is? You can go onto the QR code and put in that promo code, and you get I think the registration fee is half price. But there's also a QR code here for more information, or if you want to apply. Can you maybe grab a microphone, please? How many of you love Melody? Anybody love Melody? Melody, I'm so glad you came to Bible college a couple of years ago. What influenced you to make a decision to come to Bible college?
It was actually Sarin. I was struggling after grade 12. I hate saying a lot of sorry guys. But I was just struggling with where I was in life. I was not satisfied at all. I wanted to go to university right after, but she told me, why don't you just go to Bible college? Probably the best decision I've ever made in my life. Looking back to my life, there's so many things that I don't really regret, but I just look at it and I say it was fine, it was okay, but maybe I could have done something else with the time. but my time in Bible college is like the only time that I don't say like I could have done something else. It was just a good investment for my life.
You know, I was here speaking at the youth group a couple years ago, and Pastor Sampson wanted me to pray for a bunch of young people, and you know, we believe in the gift of prophecy. And I remember, you know, I said, if any of the young people want to receive prayer, I can't promise everybody a prophecy, but God, I love the gift of prophecy, it's very biblical. So I'm starting to pray and prophesying all down this list of young people. And I prophesied, I remember I prophesied over this one girl that, you know, maybe God was going to call her to Bible college. And, you know, I do this to literally hundreds of people all year long. Then, when Bible college started in September, Melody shows up in Bible college, and she goes, "Do you remember me?" And that's a hard sentence because I travel around the world. And I say, "Well, you look familiar." She was kind of offended with me, I think. "Don't you remember me? And you prophesied that I should come to or go to Bible college, and here I am." And I just thought that was just absolutely amazing. And our church in Red Deer had just fallen in love with you. You come back for a conference and you got like 30 people hugging you, and this everybody loves you. And I'll come back to you in a minute. Asay, you've been in Bible college, and I can say about Asay that he has become a real good friend. And he is just such a wonderful guy. We had someone give us hockey tickets, and we went to the Red Deer Rebels, and I picked up one of my grandsons, and he was so excited. He goes, "Asay's coming?" Because I had a couple extra tickets, and he came last minute, and you just loved my grandson. He just turned 12 years old, and just thank you for just being friendly. And we have a good Bible school year, and I could say Asay is one of the most improved students. He's just been really growing and growing, and I hope you noticed that. Asay, why did you choose to give 8 months of your life to Red Deer Bible College?
Well, honestly, it was just like things that just progressed over, you know, high school years. And so I guess I should start from the beginning. You know, when COVID hits, you know, high school is pretty much like you could do whatever you want, right? And it's just like I was kind of like living in the moment, kind of. And it was like I didn't have that sense of urgency in me. And so, you know, high school finishes, and now I'm like, okay, I'll take a gap year, kind of, and then I'm just I'm like, I don't really know what I really want to do. And, you know, you have my parents and like everyone around me tell me, obviously university, get a job, and, you know, just like the obvious way that most people go through, you know, make money, whatever. And then, you know, I had someone suggest to me Bible college, and I was like, oh, that's a convenient excuse to not go to university.
It's an excuse.
That's what I was thinking at first. I was like, yeah, might as well, yeah, sure. And to be honest, that was kind of the mentality I had, like in the beginning of the year of the Bible college. But that has really changed, and yeah, I'd say it's one of the best decisions I've made for myself in a very long time.
Wow, is that amazing?
Yeah, for sure.
Now, you said to me yesterday, I think it was, that you're even considering coming back for a second year.
Yeah, because and the reason for that is so I guess it's only one more month left, and I've only realized this halfway through Bible college, but I just, like I said in the beginning, I just treated it like just a convenient excuse to just, you know, chill around for a little bit longer, right? And I didn't really take it that serious. And one thing I realized with God is you can never go 50% or even 85% or even 95%. Like you have to go 100%. And what I realized is like you could try to like run in two different directions, but that's not really possible. Like I could try to run that way and that way at the same time. I'm just gonna stay where I am. And that's kind of like where I was in my faith, you know, lukewarm, have to put it. And so it goes on like half year through Bible college. I'm like, okay, so I got two options here. Either put 100% or just like not, just finish it and just go home, right? And I decided to do that, you know? And I'd say it's been a really good experience, and I feel like I've grown in my faith quite a bit, more than I've grown in the past 17 years, I'd say.
I hope some of you that have known him for a few years can see the change. Can you give my hand? I just think he's just, seriously, I'm around him and I can see the growth. Melody, one of the things that I love doing, you know, even though I'm getting a little bit older, I got some white hair, I'm telling you the truth, one of the favorite things I do in life is to teach Bible college for the 8 months and go on a mission trip with some of the young people. And I don't want to just get old and sit around with people with sore knees and sore backs and sit in a rocking chair. I love hanging around people like this. And is it Yopabel that was doing the prayer today? Where did she go? Where's Yopabel? Yopabel, you really blessed me today. You really did. And I said, were you reading those prayers? And she said, no. And I just think God is really pleased with you and your spirit. Can you give Yopabel a hand? I'm glad I came. Seriously, you blessed me. I want to hang around 15-year-old girls like that love Jesus. Like, seriously, you really blessed me. So when you came to Bible college, did you feel that you grew in God? Or what would you like to say?
So I'm like so awkward and I'm shaking right now. So I was doing like a list of what I wanted to talk about. What was the question?
Did you feel that you grew in God and did it help you?
Yes, definitely. So as I was telling you earlier, I grew up in a Christian household. As soon as I was born, I was Christian, and I was like a very strict Christian as well. I didn't do anything bad or anything at all. So when Salim had asked me to go to Bible college, I was like, wait, what's that? Like, what's that gonna add in my life? I know everything there is to know about Jesus. I'm a firm believer in my faith. I cannot be shaken. And I truly could not be shaken about my faith about Jesus. But it's just that whenever I read the Bible, I never imagined myself to be like the person that God was talking about. When God said, you're going to go heal people or you're going to do better things than I did, I didn't think he was talking about me at all. And it's not that I didn't think the supernatural existed anymore. It's just I couldn't imagine myself with that picture. Like I could see you and then you'd pray for me, you could prophesy for me, and I would believe it and I would receive it. But I never just saw myself like doing that. And so coming to Bible college, it really revealed that God was also talking to me and that he was just personally calling my name. It was just like saying, Melody, like this is for you as well. So that was one. The second one is seeing the church differently. And it's just like I was always a part of the church, but I just didn't know that the church was here for me to be a part of. It was always just been like a place where I was served, but now it's just like I am a part of the church. And so it's me, and then it's us, and then I serve here, and then the bigger purpose is that we go out to the world, and then we serve other people. So that was also another revelation. The third one, it's like my Christian life and my personal life and my social life. I just had like these so many lives. I felt like it was just like there was my personal life, my social life, my Christian life, my this life, my school life, and it was just like so many things. But now it's just like I just have like one life, and it's just I'm Christian, and that needs to dictate every aspect of my life, in my personal life, and like it's not like so many different things where I could be so many different things. It's just one, and then that dictates everything. That being said, like I still struggle with that, but at least like I have this like revelation, and then I feel like now I have a lot more discernment from the Holy Spirit and just knowledge of God.
Absolutely amazing. You're wonderful. I'd say, just as we close here today, what would you say to a 15-year-old or somebody that's finishing their grade 12? You recommend Bible college?
Yeah, personally, I definitely recommend Bible college. And the reason for that is there's always going to be time to make money. There's always going to be time to go to school. But there's never enough time.
Say that again. There's always time. You got a lifetime ahead of you to make money.
I got a whole lifetime ahead of you. Wow. It's never too late. You can go to school, you can get a job, you can work, right? It's never too late for that. But there's never enough time to spend time with God. Like really spend time with God and really develop a foundation for your faith, right? Because that's what truly carries you in whatever career you choose, in whatever occupation you choose, right? Or university, right? But unless you have that mentality of like a total dependence on God, and you don't have that strong relationship, whatever else you do apart from God is meaningless at the end of the day, right? No matter how much money you earn, no matter how many degrees you get, at the end of the day, it's all just meaningless without God, right? But with God, you're able to do all those things. You're able to be rich, be wealthy, have an education, and use that for the glory of God, right? And impact many, like millions of lives, right? Kind of like what Pastor Brian is doing. Like he's rescuing babies, right? Babies that are abandoned. And you only do that if you first like ground yourself in God and you have the right motivations that are, pushing you, right? Otherwise, you're just gonna be blinded and drunk on money, on just the different things of the world that want you to, yeah.
Very good. Can you guys give these guys a hand? You guys become friends. One of the slides says lifetime friendships, and we're going to be friends for life. And maybe you can come on a mission for goodness sake. I would love to have you because we didn't get a chance. There's the next slide.